What's going on, everybody? Benji Kaiser today, and I'm answering a question from a subscriber. They actually went down into the description below, grabbed that question submit form, and now I'm answering that question for them on the channel. And they were wondering how to better prepare for graphic design school. So I'll read you off the question real quick. He said, "Hey Ben, just wondering if you can help me out here. I will be starting my course in graphic design next year, but I want to prepare for it. So is there anything I can do that doesn't involve using all the expensive softwares like Illustrator and Photoshop for just the time being? I'm improving my drawing skills, but there's much more to graphic design than just drawing. I'm also reading a few books. So what can I do to prepare? Are there any things other than just computer related things that I can do? Thanks for the help." Thank you so much for submitting that question from Johannesburg. I'm gonna say that yes, there are definitely some things that you can do, and I think it's a very important question. The first thing I wanna say is develop a schedule. Now, that has really nothing to do with graphic design, but everything to do with getting your work done. So I found that so many times when people first get into college or go to graphic design school, whatever it may be, they don't have a good schedule set up. They don't have a certain time of day where they create a pocket of time to just work diligently at their graphic design projects. So perhaps you're a night owl, perhaps you're somebody who likes to stay up late. Well, then you should set up a time block from say 9 to 12 or 9 to 10:30 or 9 to 1, whatever it may be, where you just get a ton of work done. And that's something you do 6 days a week, 5 days a week, every day in order to get the work done you need. Perhaps, like me, you're a morning person. So I wake up every morning and I work on my business from 4 a.m. till about 6:30. And every day I have that time to get a deep amount of work done. And so I would say the first thing you do is start to develop a schedule. So maybe a few weeks, a few months before you go, start to just practice your design skills at that time of day so that your mind starts to train itself to say, okay, at this time of day, we go hard, we think hard, and we just pump out some great design work. So you said you're working on some sketching, so take that time, do some sketches, and just start to think through your design processes during that time frame. So get a schedule, that's huge. And as we're going through this video, keep in mind there's other resources on the channel. So maybe you're interested in graphic design computers. Maybe you're interested in the best gear for students, things that you're gonna need when you're entering graphic design school. You can check out some of those links in the YouTube cards above or in the description below. And if you're a graphic designer watching this and you feel I left out any details that could really help people out in preparing for graphic design school, definitely give a comment below or submit a question on the question submit form. And so those would be really helpful to those watching the video. Second thing would be read some books, and I have some book recommendations. My first book would be Steal Like an Artist, and the reason I say that is as you're becoming a graphic designer, you're gonna do a lot of borrowing. There's nothing new under the sun. You'll never create anything new, so to speak. Designers are always just combining life experience and objects they use and things they see into their own creative concoctions, so to speak. So Steal Like an Artist is a great book that teaches you about how to begin to steal things from different areas of life in order to create your own original concepts and eventually become original. And so that's a really good book. The second book would be Deep Work by Cal Newport. So this is a book on how to get work done, how to organize your time in order to make sure you accomplish the things that you need to accomplish. He also made another great book. He wrote another great book called So Good They Can't Ignore You. That's a fantastic book, but this is his newest one, and I think this would really help you getting things accomplished at graphic design school. And if you're interested in any of these books or resources I'm talking about, you can check those out in the description below. Snag these books and get started. Another one, I think this is something graphic designers in graphic design school highly overlook, is typography. So thinking with type. This is a fantastic manual, so to speak, on how to use type effectively and correctly. One of the biggest complaints I have with graphic design students coming out of school is that they don't have a good grasp on typography. Hierarchy, line spacing, leading, which is called leading, tracking between all the letters. They just don't have a good grasp on it. They don't have a good eye for it. And thinking with type, fantastic resource by Ellen Lupton. So that's really good. Another key point you need to really start working on is get organized. Are you an organized person? So when you start school, immediately be an organized person. So organizing your folder structure. So setting up each project for each class. So perhaps you want to do, okay, this is year or semester 2018 fall. The class is basics in design fundamentals, and then you have project 1, project 2, project 3, and then everything sits in there. And then inside those folders you have, okay, these are photos, these are design files, these are final exports, and just really begin to organize all of your file structure. This is gonna save you so much time, and you're gonna see students who aren't organized losing files, getting broken links in their InDesign documents, just all sorts of mess. So start preparing to be organized even now, and just be thinking about that as you're entering school. All right, this one is really key because this is something I didn't think about before entering school, and I wish I would have, and that is start now. You said you have about a year till you start school, so start right now taking your own sources. So maybe go out and do a few photo shoots of some friends that you could use for maybe magazine covers. Maybe you're thinking, okay, once I get into school, I'll start to do some magazine covers, and I need a really great portrait of somebody. So go out, take a few portraits of some guys, some girls, go around town, do some street style stuff. Take a bunch of pictures of textures. I found that when I was in school, I would go to like Texture King and they never really had what I wanted. So take pictures of concrete, take pictures of walls, take pictures of paint and wood and graffiti, and just all kinds of different things. Having a great organized collection of textures, I found was really helpful. So start to take pictures of some of those basic design sources that you think you would need. Otherwise, you're gonna either spend money or just spend time, waste time searching for those resources. So there's a few tips you can use to get started in preparing for graphic design school come the year. If you have any other questions, comment below. If you want me to answer a question on the YouTube channel, grab the question submit form, submit a question there. Again, I'm Benji Kaiser of BenjiKaiser.com, and I will see you here on the next episode.